Welcome to Discussion Sentai Loserger. I'm Loser Blue,
And I'm Loser Yellow.
and this is a show where we discuss the newest episodes of Kamen Rider and Super Sentai. This week we're going to be talking about Kamen Rider Zeztz, episode 10, and Gozyuger, episode 37 and 38. So we always start with Rider. So Yellow, what'd you think of episode 10?
Episode 10 of Kamen Rider Zeztz was pretty okay. It wasn't the best I've seen out of the series so far, and it does appear that we are just going to stick with this monster of the fortnight formula, which isn't bad. It's better than getting a new one every week. It gives the series some time to breathe. But yeah, it's a little more plot driven this week, even though we did have a couple good fights.
Yeah.
So this week we had to get back the national secret, which is preserved in artwork.
Yeah, it's something about 3 paintings that somehow have a national secret, and it seems Nox wants it. Like,
Yes.
Nox wants this secret. Because of that, it definitely, I feel like Nox is directing the nightmares a lot more heavily than, he's not just like following them along and they happen spontaneously. I think he's trying to make this one happen because he wants to know whatever the secret is.
Yes. Now, I might have misunderstood it while watching the episode, but were these paintings stolen from him or donated from him? Because we had the actual dreamer go to like an art exhibit and try to get the paintings.
So I think what happened is Nox donated them to the museums. And this one collector guy went to the museums, saw it, and was like, please let me buy it. Please, please, please let me buy it. And no one let him buy it. Unfortunate for him. So I'm not sure why Nox donated them, unless it was... Yeah, I'm not sure why he donated them, unless it was something done like his family donated them after he disappeared or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe Nox was trying to collect them, and then his family donated them after he disappeared because they didn't need the art.
Do you think he's like the painter, the artist for this art? And that's why he wants to expose the secret in it? Because he knows
No,
it's there?
I don't think he knows the secret. If he knew the secret, then he wouldn't need to collect them in the dreams to learn it, right?
Right. But like maybe he wants to expose it in the real world, and because he's a dream entity, as far as we're aware, he's trapped inside the dream world.
Oh, like he's manipulating the nightmare to expose the secret so that people in the real world will know.
Yeah.
Maybe. Maybe it's something like that. I'm not sure if he's the painter. Obviously, we've had no indication that Nox paints at all.
Right.
Like, that has not been part of his character. It's not that it couldn't be. I'm not sure. I would have to, like, look at the episode. It might credit actual artists for the art somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it might state that somewhere in Japanese, and maybe it wasn't translated. It doesn't matter. I think the dreamer obviously knows about the secret. And maybe that's why he wanted the painting so bad, was so that he could, keep it secret.
Right.
Keep all the paintings together so no one can ever learn it. Which then leads me to wonder what his whole nightmare thing is. What is his secret desire? Maybe he's tired of keeping the secret and secretly wants it to get out there so he doesn't have to worry about it anymore. Something like that. We'll see going forward. We really don't focus that much on the dreamer in this episode.
Oh, not at all. This episode, like all things considered, was pretty empty. Like if that's a way of putting it. Like we had 2 fights in it, so
Yeah. The actual, like, episodic plot isn't super important this time. It's kind of about learning about Nox and stuff, and every character is now largely understanding who he is more.
yeah.
Right? Our Baku now knows that he's Fujimi's old partner,
Mm-hmm.
and we have more definitively shown that he's a dream entity that can't go to the real world. And he calls himself an agent. Just
Yeah.
like our boy.
Yeah, right at the end there, he's like, I'm a dream agent. And then the episode ends.
Yeah. What does that mean? Are there multiple agencies doing dream stuff? Maybe.
No,
Or
Blue, you gotta understand. Baku's agent number 7. That means there's at least 7 riders.
well, I'm not gonna say 7, but it is possible that he was a previous agent like Baku is. Like, he was Agent 6. And something went wrong, and he got trapped in Dream Realm, right? That would make sense. That wouldn't be completely out there. It would explain why he has equipment. Like, where does his cool sword/gun come from? I really actually like that sword gun.
Oh,
I
the
think it's
gun
cool.
blade's cool.
I like because it just bends a little bit and then it turns into like a big, like, it looks like a big, I don't know, rail gun or rifle thing. It's cool.
Yeah.
I'm really looking forward to when he like fixes the burn and actually transforms. He's got to transform.
I'm
I
looking
don't
forward to it.
I don't think I've seen any images of typically stuff like that. We get like magazine stuff early that shows it off,
Yeah.
but I don't think we've gotten any of that for Nox's form. But he's got to transform, and I'm looking forward to it. So yeah, no, I liked the episode. We get more Zero talking about the 4 elements.
Yeah.
What I'm jokingly calling the 4 elements.
Yeah. Of physical technology, will of the mind, and reality.
Yeah, as we all know, the
Yeah.
4 elements.
So, Baku pulled 2 capsules on the gacha machine today.
Yeah.
Yeah, he got Barrier and he got Wonder. I wonder what that's gonna be.
Well, based on the previews, it just seems like size manipulation, but
Yeah.
I was looking around on the wiki for stuff that we know already. So it seems like every color has its own weapon for his sword. Like, the physical ones are about using the sword mode. The technology ones are about using gun mode. The willpower ones are axe mode.
Okay.
And then the purple ones are scythe mode.
Scythe mode.
And you know what? I think it was last week I said it needs something like a spear mode or like a rod mode to
Yeah, you were.
fit in with like previous writers. Scythe mode, that's a pole arm, kind of.
Yeah.
So it fits. So that's cool. And we might see it next episode. I could totally, because he's definitely going to use it.
Oh yeah.
He's going to use Wonder. It was all over the preview. I think we even see the scythe in that preview. I forget.
I'd have to check back.
Yeah, the previews are short, so it's not a big deal. Although, I swear, the preview from last episode showed him going into a purple form, and that didn't happen this episode at all, so that was weird.
It was the preview for the preview.
Hell yeah. I liked the fights. I did have a good time watching the fights. I'm not the biggest fan of this monster.
What would you consider it? The mold nightmare?
It's something like that. It's like mold or fungus. The title of the next episode is called Rot, so...
Okay.
And yeah, we got to see Nox use his gun a lot. He shoots people a lot with it in this episode. Good for him. And I'm liking that with Baku and the police officers, it really feels like a team is kind of getting together here, right? There's actual investigation stuff going on, and we jump between them, each interviewing different people. So, like, there's an actual investigation going on. We get a clearer look at him using the badge as, like, to disguise himself, basically.
Yeah, he disguised himself as a member of the Art Preservation Society this time.
Yeah, and he, like, used it to have an official badge to say, I'm from this, which is exactly how I assumed it was going to work. And I think we kind of saw him do it once, but it wasn't this blatant.
Right.
Whereas this one was, like, really blatant. So that's cool. I like that he's doing more secret agent stuff in real life. You know, he put on a disguise, he used his gadgets, and he talked. He really just interviewed a guy, but, you know, that's fine.
Yeah.
Investigation work is a part of it. So that's all cool. I think the biggest problem with these two-parters is that because we don't have the full story, it's hard to actually talk about on this show.
Yeah, it's really unfortunate.
Because at the end of this, I'm just like, I don't know. I just want to know more. I want to see the conclusion of all this. But we don't have it yet. We don't have what the national secret is.
Give us the secret.
Give us the secret. But we see like 3 doors open simultaneously in this episode for each of the paintings when they get like weirdly destroyed by the mold. And then the 4th door will probably just be the secret.
Yeah.
If it opens. I think this one might open. I think we might get a full one this time.
I could see it happening. It'd be 10 episodes since Nightmares made its way to the real world, so
Well, a little less than 10. That happened like episode 3. So
that happened in episode 2.
no, I think it was 3. Whatever, doesn't matter.
Whenever it happened, it's been a while.
It's been a bit. We've been pretty successful so far, but because Nox is so key to this, I feel like I don't know, he should win. I think he should get a win here to further cement his threat.
Mhm.
Whether that'll happen, who knows? I'm just curious as to what the secret is. If I don't learn what the secret is, I'm going to be a little annoyed.
We write an angry letter to Toei if we don't find out the secret.
Truly. I need to know the Japanese government's secrets. I mean, Nox is so like he wants to know the secret so bad. It makes me feel it has something to do with dreams. Like the Japanese government knows that this dream stuff is happening.
They know they're covering up the black cases.
Something like that. I don't know. Because if the national secret was something a lot more mundane and nothing to do with dreams, I would be curious as to why Nox cares so much. Well, we can only speculate, and honestly, we're not given enough information to truly speculate, so
Yeah.
we'll have to just wait and see on that one. Fights are fun. Barrier is cool. I like the big shield arms. Nem had a cute outfit this episode.
Yep. She was a mannequin for whatever reason.
Yeah, a weird thing to be. She's just such a work of art that she deserves to be art, even in dreams. Cool. Now we can go to our double feature.
Yeah.
Because we didn't get to talk about Gozyuger 37 last week due to circumstances, we are now going to talk about Gozyuger 37. What are your thoughts on that, Yellow?
Gozyuger 37 was very, very weird and felt very, very wrong. Like,
Yeah,
the episode itself is fine, but there were so many odd edits that had to cut out Sumino.
I think this episode was actually kind of bad, just in general. I think its actual episodic plot was really weak. And, obviously this episode has the incredibly difficult task of making me care about Goju Polar. That's the hardest thing this episode has to do. It has nothing to do with someone getting cut from the show. That's clearly the hardest thing here. I just don't really like Polar that much. I find him really boring.
Why did they have to try to make us care about Polar?
Yeah, Polar has got to be one of the weakest Six Rangers I've seen in a long time. I'm not a fan.
He's just kind of there and he eats honey sometimes.
Yeah, his whole thing with the coat. You get a commemorative coat when you win the battle. I
Yeah.
didn't know that. But very
Like,
funny.
it's a pretty cool coat, but unfortunately it gets stolen.
It
By
literally just
brand
flies
new
away.
Bryden.
Well, it doesn't even really get stolen by her. It blows away in the wind.
Yeah.
And then it gets picked up by her.
And then she's like, "Oh, this is a really beautiful coat. This belongs to me now."
And you know what? Good for her. She should keep it up. So, I don't know. The whole thing with Polar felt weird. And I think a lot of it is because of the cuts they had to make in this episode. That
Yeah.
things never felt quite right. Like, at no point did it feel like they ever truly challenged the No One to
Yeah,
a number one battle. It didn't feel like that happened. It felt like that scene was cut out. Like that Sumino was supposed to maybe be there in the store, in the clothing
Right.
store. Maybe she was supposed to be there, and she's the one who challenges the No One to a fashion battle. Because this is going to sound... My expectation of a children's show like this is that if you're going to have a fashion battle, it's probably going to be the only girl on the team is going to be like the main person for it.
Yeah.
That sounds bad. That's not me. That's my expectation of children's media.
Well, yeah,
Right?
that makes sense, but then like you look at the characterization of like Kinjiro or something. He seems more likely to do that as well. But we just had a green episode too.
And yeah, we just had a green, but Sumino would definitely be like the fashion one because she's all about high class luxury, right?
Yeah.
And that includes clothing. So it feels weird that she's cut out, and you can tell that some things when she's cut out.
Oh, there's so many picture-in-picture stuff, and
there's so much of that. But like when they're trying on different outfits, which comes out of nowhere. It comes out of
Yeah.
absolutely nowhere. I don't know why they decided to do that. It felt like the scene where they challenged the no one to a battle got cut out, and that would lead into them saying, well, we need cool new outfits to beat this guy in a fashion battle.
Yeah.
But they just go to a store and change outfits for no reason. So that felt really weird. Ryuji's outfit, where he comes out in like the all black suit, and they say that it was Kinjiro who picked it out for him.
Yeah.
No way. That's definitely an outfit that Sumino picked out for him.
Oh, 100%.
I'm sure Sumino was supposed to have come out in like a clown outfit that Kinjiro picked for her. But it got cut because of all the weirdness with the termination.
Yeah.
It just weakened this episode so much. And then she just shows up after the transformation.
Yeah.
She's just nowhere, and then suddenly she's there. Very odd. Yeah, this episode just had a lot working against it. Obviously, it's the first one after the cut. It's heavily about Polar, who is someone I don't care about. And probably the best part about it is Ribbon.
Yeah.
She's that kind of character who acts really cutesy, but is kind of a piece of crap. That's her characterization. She's not really a good person, but she acts all sweet and cute.
I wanted Bear Kuma to die, please. It looked
I
like
mean,
he was about to die in Polar's arms, and I'm like, please, please get this man out of here.
I mean, there's literally a scene where it looks like Ribbon attacks him with like her tail.
Yeah.
As soon as it happened, I'm just like, did Ribbon just shove Bear Kuma right up her ass?
Yeah.
That's what it looks like. But yeah, no. Ribbon's fine. And I like that there's something wrong with Tegajun. Because she did not intend for Ribbon to come out monstrous. She was supposed to be very human.
Exactly.
So I'm going to assume Calamity? Like corruption by the Calamity? Like maybe final boss will be a corrupted Tegajun?
That'd be cool. And then the entire team transforms using the Tegajun rings.
That'd be nice. But no. And we could probably get into going that if Ribbon is new and she's not like a good person, as we see in the next episode. Like, she's not good to her teammates either. So she could get corrupted by Calamity and become like evil Calamity build. And that can be like a hint towards it happening to Tegajun. Maybe. We'll see.
But the opening for episode 37, that felt weird. I didn't like that.
Yeah, that is like a complete rush job.
It's like, we need to get something now. Quick, cut out Sumino.
Cut her out. Just cut her out. Next episode, there isn't even an opening.
Yeah.
They don't play it. So yeah, 37, a really weak episode. Pretty much the only thing of note is that Ribbon was created. You could forget pretty much everything else in it.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Don't disrespect my boy, Good Burn. He showed up again for the first time in like 20 episodes.
I don't know who you're talking about. They have done so bad to Good Burn. He's not a character. He's barely a mech. It's not good.
He showed up to be born and then did this, and that's it. You would think that he'd be used more.
He really isn't. He hasn't even really been summoned in like a long time just for like a mech fight.
I kind of get it because like Tegasword has gotten 3 upgrades, and we got to see Blood Moon again.
Yeah.
So I guess Good Burn doesn't serve much of a purpose.
I mean, there's an issue with the way this show has dealt with robot battles in general, is that they often happen simultaneously, so only one person can get in a mech, generally.
Yeah.
Whereas before, it's like everyone gets in the mech, and you can often have like 3 mechs on screen at one time. I've seen many Sentai shows where that happens all the time. And it just doesn't happen here. We generally only get one. Because only one person can ride Tegasword at a time. It wouldn't be hard to do Tegasword and Good Burn, but then you can't have Polar in the normal fight. Just human-sized fight.
Yeah.
So it's an issue with the way they handled that. I think it's still interesting to do them simultaneously, and I like it because it's different, but it has weaknesses for sure. Anyway, that's all I have to talk about 37. A bit of a nothing episode in general.
Yeah.
So I'm not, but it definitely got butchered. This
Yeah.
could have been maybe a much better episode. There might have been like funnier comedic scenes that got cut because of the Sumino stuff. So 38, a much better episode in my opinion. What do you think about it?
Episode 38 was definitely better than 37, but I still feel like something was missing here, although it was significantly less noticeable.
Yeah,
I-
because this episode was so focused on Hoeru and Kuon, it wasn't a big deal. It
Yeah.
wasn't as big a deal that Sumino is just gone. Yeah, because basically no one else got to talk either, for the most
Mhm.
part. You know, Kinjiro, Ryuji, and Rikuo, they didn't really say much. So it doesn't matter that Sumino wasn't there. It still feels weird and feels bad, but it was way less of an issue this time. But yeah, this episode is mostly about Kuon, who has also been a character that just doesn't show up enough.
Okay, it looks like he's gonna be showing up more.
I mean, that's good because there's only like 11 episodes left or something,
Yeah.
and he seems like he might be like final boss style kind of character, or at least part of it.
He's definitely gonna be involved in that final series ending battle.
It could have something to do with how Tegajun wasn't able to properly control her creation of Ribbon, because we learned in this episode that to get the power of Garudo, he will eventually become part of Tegajun.
Yes.
So maybe it's like his hatred and rage and general edginess. Maybe that's what's corrupting Tegajun, right?
Mm.
Maybe the final boss is Kuon fully taking over Tegajun.
Oh yeah, Tega Kuon, let's go.
Tega Kuon.
So there was a lot of talking and backstory going on with Kuon on Hoeru this week. And Kuon claiming he never really joined the Bride, but no, he actually really did just join the Bride, because he's an angry boy.
He's an angry, edgy boy. Yeah, I mean, unfortunately, they kind of end the episode with saying the older man. I've already forgotten his name.
Mr. Koyo.
He's like, I still see him suffering, or something like that. So
Mhm.
that's building up to a Kuon redemption, which I don't really even want.
Yeah.
I don't know. I haven't found Kuon to be entertaining enough for me to want him to be redeemed.
hmm
But he also just doesn't show up enough for me to care about him at all. This show has done kind of a bad job of dealing with its overarching plots, in that it just kind of forgets them for long stretches of time.
It's like they set up these little tidbits and they don't do nothing with it.
Yeah. No, they needed to do more, like, throughout the series, like, sprinkle it in a lot more.
Mm.
But they kind of didn't. I think that's obviously. This show's been very episodic. It's been very much about the number one battles and just having a fun episode. And when it's fun, I don't mind it so much because it's fun. You know, I'm having a good time, even though it doesn't have the greatest plot going on and it's not doing enough with it. But with 37 and 38, 37 in particular, that was not
Yeah.
a particularly fun episode. So
Oh, no.
that makes the cracks of its weak plot feel like even worse. This episode was better, and we got some good fights. The Deca Red, and then like the Deca Red super form, which only showed up in like a movie. Like it's only ever
What?
really been used once. Yeah, it was only used in like the 20th anniversary movie or something like that.
Huh.
It's a cool form, a very Rider because of its full armoredness.
Yeah.
It makes it feel like a lot more like a Rider form than a Ranger.
God, Deca Red just felt so powerful in this episode.
Oh yeah, no, he felt good. And you know, the Deca Ranger suits are just cool, so that's awesome.
Yeah.
Bodied Garudo.
Shot him in the dick.
Okay. Kind of,
That's what he
yes.
did. He shot him in the dick. And then Ribbon captured everyone and put her in the little prison.
They break out so easily.
Okay, hey, it wasn't that easy. Kinjiro disguised himself as an AI or an IE or whatever it's pronounced.
And he clearly made a very funny joke. Unknowingly. That's just how much of a party person he is. He doesn't even
Yeah.
need to know the language to be funny. But yeah, they break out pretty easily, and it definitely is kind of building up at that point to oh, maybe Kuon's not so bad, and then at the end of the episode we learn no, he is really bad. But then after that they set up no, he might not actually be that bad.
Is he? Is he not?
I don't know. Anytime he's shown up, he's been a complete prick, but he also hasn't shown up enough for me to really care. It's an issue. He disappears for long stretches of time.
Yeah. I feel like we should have seen him a while back. And I know like we would still be in this episode 38 situation no matter what. But like the original 38 previews that still included Sumino was also going to focus somewhat on Kuon. So I don't know how the plot changes with that.
Well, I think that episode, the episode 38 that we didn't get was, I believe it was supposed to be a Sumino focus episode.
Yeah, that's from what I understand. It was supposed to be Sumino focused, and like the title of the episode kind of implied that she'd be leaving. But
Yeah, well, the big thing there is that at the beginning of this episode, Hoeru is working at like a fancy place.
Yeah.
And Kuon is there. I think that was maybe supposed to be at the end of episode 30 of the original 38. Because it would make sense for a Sumino episode to go to like a high class restaurant or something, because she always talks about, high class luxury.
Yeah.
So if it took place at a fancy restaurant that Hoaru got a job at, and then at the end of the episode, Kuon showed up because he's just like, I get invited to these things all the time. It's clearly just reusing that footage, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
Which, you know what? Despite how iffy these episodes have been, I do think they've done a decent job of kind of keeping it together. I mean, like the production staff.
Yeah.
I think they've done like as good a job as one could expect, given the circumstances.
Yeah, but next week we could be getting it. Well, we're definitely getting a Toei Studios episode, but we might be getting a clip show.
Yeah, the preview really felt like a clip show style preview. But at the same time, I saw a lot of new footage. Like we saw Ribbon with like a pair of scissors as her weapon and stuff. That's new. But there could be a lot of clip show-esque stuff just because they need to fill time before they replace Maya with a new actress. It seems what it's going to be.
We just got a straight recasting, which is probably the way to go, because
at this point, this late in the series, probably, yeah. It does feel a bit weird, obviously, but
like the characters of Sumino and Oto and the plot that they set up with these characters is probably too important and integral to the rest of the series to just reshoot things. It will cost more than it's worth.
Yeah, we'll have to see how it actually goes, because they're obviously still going to use a lot of old footage. And I think we're going to get a lot less of Sumino than we ever have before. Just because, well, they will be doing reshoots, I believe. Obviously, they have to, because they're using a whole new actress.
Yeah.
We're going to see less of her, because they're going to want to use group shots that they've already filmed.
Mm-hmm.
And they don't want to have to refilm them, so they're just going to cut her out like they've done in these last two episodes. So, it's unfortunate, and I'm not happy with it.
I look forward to seeing more Sumino in like 8 episodes when they get caught up to when Maya left.
No. I think it has been confirmed that we're seeing the new actress in episode 40.
Well, yeah, we are seeing the new episode in like the new actress in episode 40. But like I mean like more group shots again.
Oh, that like yeah, I don't know how far into filming they are. Like I don't know how complete everything is.
Because like I've heard many things online that Sentai is filmed from a month to 4 months in advance. So, because we haven't seen people get their flowers yet, I can assume the series wasn't finished filming.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. It's all a very unfortunate situation. But it seems like the replacement actress, from what I'm seeing, is the actress for Oni's sister from Dawn Brothers.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
Now, I'm not sure if that's been officially confirmed or if that's just rumors. I haven't looked too deeply into it because I only saw it today. But interesting choice, especially because Dawn Brothers is not that old, so it's pretty conceivable that like a child would remember the actress, right?
Yeah.
Now, obviously, that character is not going to act like Oni's sister.
Right.
They're going to be allegedly, they're going to act like Sumino does, but it still feels a bit weird. I'm if I see her, I might expect more Oni's sister's style, because Oni's sister is a bit of a gremlin character. She's probably my favorite Dawn brother. I think I'd give it to Oni's sister, but whatever. This isn't a conversation about Dawn brothers.
This isn't a Dawn brothers conversation. This is a Gozyuger conversation.
We'll see. I'm sure she'll do a decent job, and they're going to do their best to edit around everything. I wish them luck, because obviously it's going to be hard.
Yeah, I'm hoping for the best. Can we recast Barakuma next? As Kuma Bear?
Kuma Bear? That'll make it so much better.
Oh yeah, like infinitely.
Okay, well, that's been this week's episode of Discussion Sentai Loserger. If you liked the episode, like, subscribe, leave a comment. We'd really appreciate it. Anyway, we'll see you next week.